Collective, somebody is sending me heart chakra attacks. I already know who it is, but I'm not going to say who it is. I'm going to see if they come out on the table by itself. But yeah, so somebody's sending me some heart chakras and crown attack. Heart chakra and crown. They're attacking my heart and they're attacking my crown. So I was standing in the kitchen, right? Doing my thing in the kitchen. I felt like being creative, so I was being creative in the kitchen. And so I've been standing in the kitchen for a minute. And I'm washing the dishes, and all of a sudden I feel pressure on my heart. Like I said, I already know who is sending me heart chakra attacks and crown attacks, because it started when I was standing in the kitchen. So I'm just going to say, you try, you die. 202, so me mirror back. So we're going to tap into the energy to see who is it that's sending me some crown or and heart chakra attacks. Who or whom, singular or plural. Wow, look, come correct or don't come at all. Endings happening. So we're going to give this deck a couple of shuffles. Yeah, masks have cracked and are falling. Hidden enemies. Someone's getting their hands put on them. So the masks have cracked off these enemies that's attacking me, and somebody's about to put hands on them. Something that they did for money in the past. With my your ex-lover Karmic, my ex-boyfriend and their ex-girlfriend could be involved. The masks have cracked off these hidden enemies. They up the creek, river, and ocean without a paddle, they drowning. Somebody's alone. Your ex-lover Karmic is alone. So my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend is alone. They got court. So they're getting rejected. So my ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend is feeling alone. They have court issues, and whatever they're doing in court, they're getting rejected in court. Something is long overdue. They got no more cards to play. They out of moves. Professional idiots. They about to get raided. Death becomes them. They got court. Return to sender, return to sender, return to sender. You try, you die. Chakra attacks. Look, confirmation. They're attacking my heart chakra and my crown. A dark worker. Another one bites the dust. They're getting defeated. These snakes. They siphon untamed energy. Now they can't handle the power backlash. They can't handle the heat. And they're going to need some medical assistance. Spiritually attacking me. They're going to need some medical assistance. Yeah, they was told to walk away and leave it alone. But they're toxic. They don't want to. Because of some type of fear of risk. But they're getting rejected. They don't want to be rejected. They need to go heal. Fear of risk. They need to go heal. Yeah, they're getting destroyed. You sending me all this heart attack, right? You trying to put pressure on my heart. What's going to happen is you're going to go to sleep. You're not going to wake up. Because no weapon formed against me will prosper, baby. Let sleeping dogs lay they doom. What you think is going to happen? You sending you trying to attack my... Oh, wow. I just heard up to 10 people working at the same time, attacking my crown, my third eye, and my heart. They trying to apply pressure. Yeah, because they tragic endings happening. They're about to have a tragic ending happening because they're attacking me. Yeah, destroyed. It's been made a public display. Let sleeping dogs lay. They doomed. They need to go fucking heal. These snakes that are devoted to attacking me, they caught a federal case. And they're getting beat up by their own energy. This friend, I don't got no friends, that's dealing with some type of childhood trauma. They weren't paying attention. They weren't paying attention to the signs given by the divine in November. So they were giving warnings last month. Yeah, a fraudulent business. I heard audited. This ex-lover family involvement. So again with this ex-lover and their ex-lover and their family. The rats is running. They infatuated with me. The devilish deeds will bring them karma indeed. This secret love affair is getting exposed. Somebody that's in my vicinity that lives around me is a false prophet and is in an abusive relationship. Every time they do spell work or ritual, it rains moon cycle cleanse. Because I'm true and faithful. Another indictment charge is piling up. They have shortened their life on earth. And they wasted a lot of energy. These scammers that are about to be taken out of their misery. And they have a swampy smell. Checkmate. About to be taking out their misery. Checkmate. Past events happened in the past. Something happened in the past. Something that they did in the past. This alchemy that they still doing. Prayers are falling on deaf ears because they're karmic. Now they're trying to pray to God. Yeah, I'm free. I got freedom from this karmic man. They no longer serve a purpose. They no longer have their power or position. They're being demoted. They try to set me up for money fraud. And somebody snitched on them. Yeah, meetings held with a cold-hearted person. This person is a chain smoker. They was holding meetings with a cold-hearted person. And this person is a chain smoker. They being stubborn. They feeling naked and afraid because the past is catching up. With this necromancy. Hey. Yeah, they in the judicial system. They in survival mode right now. They aging rapidly for these crimes they committed. Doing blood magic against me. This copy, paste, and post troll thought something was pure entertainment. Now they need to grow up. because whatever they're doing is not working. Yeah, this false advertisement. Yeah, miscommunication. Yeah, look, miscommunication in the reverse. Weapons in the reverse. Weapons form miscommunication in the reverse. Yeah, being used to cause havoc. This moon magic ritual left a big mess. They trying to clean up traces and evidence left behind. It's being traced back to these people. Now they feeling naked and afraid. These heathens. That they trying to change plans, but they still getting exposed. That they summoned something to me in July. They lost grip of reality. They were devoted to doing this. In my work community, they're in their feelings. Snow White. Somebody could be hitting that Snow White. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Yup. Somebody is into that. You know what I mean, jelly beans? They into that. Powder. Endings is happening to a father that's not related to me. A cousin not related to me. Trying to flying home. Related to me. Related to you by blood. Sleeping Beauty. Trying to take you out in... Look. Sleeping Beauty. Look, trying to take you out in your sleep. Unalive. They were trying to take me out in my sleep. That don't ever work. I don't know why they fucking try. An old school friend did this for some type of opportunity. So old school friend, ex-lover and their ex-girlfriend, ex-lover and their family. Somebody's still trying to attack me as I'm doing this reading now. And this is somebody that stutters because now I wanted to trip over my words. I'm not too sure what you think is supposed to happen. If you're attacking my heart for me to be in my emotions, or you think I'm going to spaz out, or I'm not too sure what is it that you're trying to do, but it's not going to work. You have a deadline. You literally, tomorrow is Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve to New Year's Eve is only a week from now. These people literally have 8 fucking days left. They have 1331. Telling you, mirror something being remembered back. They have 8 days left. 8 days left. 1344, and I am protected. You have 8 days left. You are so desperate that you're trying to do something before Christmas Eve. You is done. It's finito. Se acabó. It's over. Like a hoba. Okay? Yeah, I don't get it. And then you keep attacking me, thinking it's gonna work, and I'm like, did you get the memo that I told y'all before and over again? If you try, you die. All I gotta do is say return to sender. All I gotta do is acknowledge what you're doing to me. Yeah, I don't even have to know who it is. All I gotta do is acknowledge where I'm being attacked and say return to motherfucking sender. Times 10, times 10, times 10, times 10. 1441. Something's being mirrored back. You're going to mirror back what you're sending me. This is the second time with a mirror number in 14 minutes. Let's pluck and see and get some cards on this table to see what we got going on. But in the beginning of this, we had the ex-lover and their girlfriend. So my ex-boyfriend and their ex-girlfriend, my ex-boyfriend and my ex-boyfriend's family, or the ex-boyfriend and the ex-girlfriend's his ex-girlfriend's family. Then it said a father not related to me and a cousin not related to me. So let's see, collective, what we got going on. The motherfuckers want to sit here and send me attack my heart. Yeah. Like that's supposed to do something. I don't know what that's supposed to do. I just heard. They want a reaction. They want me to spaz out. They want me to spaz out. They want me to yell and scream. I'm sorry. I am not. I'm too tired from yesterday with the cake shit and the day before yesterday with the cake shit to today me cleaning a little bit, starting my little cleaning process, to me making my own Christmas holiday desserts for myself. Ain't nobody screaming. Ain't nobody gonna be going crazy. Not even if I want to prove a point right now. Ain't nobody doing that. I'm tired. I'm chilling right now. I'm relaxing. I'm calm, cool. I'm just relaxed. I'm chill. I'm calm. I'm chill right now. Motherfuckers was trying to make me think of intrusive thoughts. They really want me to push my mother and my son away. I don't know if my mother and my son are karmic. I do think that my mother and my son do talk behind my back and talk shit about me. I really do think so. I believe that both of them are fucking two-faced. Honestly. To be honest with you. But I really think they really want me to push my mother and my son away. They really want me to remove my love from them. Because that's how I've been feeling. But I'm removing my love from everybody at this point, because ain't nobody going to get my love if it's not received back. If I'm giving it and I'm not getting it back the same way, you ain't getting it. Point blank period. I don't give a fuck who you are. Mother, son, friend, subscriber. You know what I'm saying? This is another reason why I don't get on here that much, because this is energy and I don't get paid to do this. Nobody donates to my channel. Nobody does anything for me when it comes to the spiritual things. So it's like I get on here freely. My energy is given freely. These readings are free. And at this point, I'm actually picking up on my own energy every time I do a reading. So it's like I don't even ask for donations at this point, because every time I do a reading, it's my energy. So why ask for a reading? Why ask for a donation when it's my energy I'm reading? So at the end of the day, I don't really expect to make money from this here. Personal, helping somebody personally, now that's a different situation. This here, no, I don't think so. I do this because I like to do this. I do this because I like to expose motherfuckers that's in my energy. I like to get on here when somebody's in my energy and they think they're hiding. I like to get on here and expose them. It allows me to talk shit about them. It gives me an excuse and a reason to talk shit about them because they land on my table. Besides any other time, I'm on my business. Mama, I just mind my business. They scheming collective against me. They out here scheming. They're doing binding rituals. They scheming and doing binding rituals. And yup, facts. I appreciate you. They out here scheming, doing binding rituals on me, collective. They don't got nothing better to do on Christmas. Yeah, they overstepping their boundaries. Spirit is exposing them right now. Let's do this, Spirit. Let's do this. Spirit is letting me know that they scheming, even though I know they scheming because I felt the attacks. They out here scheming, doing binding rituals, overstepping their boundaries. So they overstepping their boundaries. Yes, you are. You really are. They doing sex magic too. They overstep their boundaries and they doing sex magic. They doing scheming, doing binding rituals, overstepping their boundaries, doing sex magic. My ex-boyfriend and their ex-girlfriend is doing sex magic. Hey. So my ex and their ex is doing sex magic on me. But I'm free. I got freedom. They're doing sex magic on somebody that's free because they want freedom. They're doing binding rituals, overstepping their boundaries, doing sex magic for freedom. You really think that you're going to do sex magic on me and it's going to set you free? Y'all fucking delusional. You are truly delusional if you think that you're going to be out here doing sex magic on me, binding rituals, and it's going to set you free. You're more crazy than I think you are. Then I already know that you are. Now you're even more crazy if you think sex magic and binding rituals is going to give you freedom. And you're doing binding rituals and sex magic on me. Oh, baby. You setting yourself up. Currently happening now. Look what I said. I said somebody's sending me heart attack spells, crown chakra attacks. And I said it's happening now. Currently happening now. They scheming now. Currently happening now. Scheming and currently happening now. Let's expose them. They're it. They nervous. They doing binding rituals and they nervous. Currently happening now. They nervous. They should be. You should be nervous. And you're trolling me. You're watching me now. You out here doing jar spells too? You out here scheming on me. In the beginning of this, when I was just shuffling the cards and I said you were attacking my chakra attacks came out. Ex-boyfriend and their ex-girlfriend and their family came out. A father not related to me and a cousin not related to me came out. Y'all doing binding rituals, sex magic, and jar spells, overstepping your boundaries for freedom. How you expect to be free? You're not doing anything nice. Yeah, you have remorse in the reverse. You don't have no remorse? You're not sorry that you're doing this? That's why. You're wicked. That's because they're wicked. They're not sorry. They're wicked. Spirit is spilling the tea. My left ear, I was trying to figure out if that was a noise that was coming from inside a house. Or if I was hearing a fucking high-pitched sound. But I know it's gone. I don't know. All I heard was a high-pitched sound coming from my left side. So if that was coming from me, somebody was talking hella shit right now. But if that was coming from inside my house, this gone. Fear of risk. They scheming because they have a fear of risk. Fear of change. Yeah, the lies of they nervous because the lies are unfolding. Yes. All your lies are unfolding. And you're nervous and you have 8 fucking days left. What's the song? On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. I forgot the song. I have a remix to that song. 2424. I have a remix to that song. So all I remember is my remix. On the 12th day of Christmas. What's the 8th day of Christmas? Anyway, it don't even matter. They got motherfucking 8 days left, collective. 8. 8. 8. They were beating their chest like King Kong when I'm a whole Caesar. So they thought they were big bad. They thought they were King Kong. But I'm like the Caesar energy. I'm smart and an intellect. Yeah. Motherfuckers was trying to experiment on me. Because Caesar, they were experimenting on Caesar. Yeah. So you're out here trying to experiment on me? Because I'm intellectual? You feeling naked and afraid now? I bet you are. I bet you are. Collective, when I tell you they sending these heart attack spells heavy, they sending heavy. related to you by blood, but it came out in the reverse. So somebody could be related to me by blood that's doing this. Not for sale. They could have been trying to sell me, sell my soul, sell my energy. I'm not for sale. You can't sell me. What the hell is wrong with you? This is not the first time this came out. This has came out more than one time. Look, an ex-boyfriend and an ex-girlfriend. So confirmation with this ex and their ex. Somebody faked the death. They faked the death. They faked the death. They faked the death. They faked my death. Blind faith. They feeling naked and afraid because I have blind faith. They could have faked my death. Or somebody's trying to fake their death. Hold on, collector, because I need some water. Somebody's trying to fake their death. But what I'm actually getting is, and what I've been getting is, from all these readings, I think somebody put me in a fake marriage. I think my ex-boyfriend put me under a fake marriage. If this is my story, right? If this is not my story, but the fake death keeps coming out in my energy, right? So I've been trying to figure out what's up with this fake death in my energy. I think somebody someone put a fake death in my name, fake my death, right? Then put a policy insurance. Somebody put me a policy insurance in my name, and then I think they faked my death. Collected on the money, and then they trying to set me up for money fraud. If it's not through my business, then it's through trying to say that I faked my own death. That could be one scenario. But I really think somebody faked my death. I really think somebody went out there, forged some documents, because they had some connection to maybe somebody in a notoriety or something. Created some false documents. They could have actually unalived somebody that resembles me. That's what I'm getting. That's the feeling I'm getting. If it's that serious in my energy, I truly believe that that's what's going on. And since they haven't been since they've been unable to physically cause a death to me, then they decided to attack me spiritually. They decided to bring people in my area to torment and torture me and harass me so that I could unalive myself. That didn't work. They're trying to cause me a death because they have a policy insurance. They faked my death and now they're trying to make it come true so they could collect. Right. And they've been trying all this shit. And it makes sense because my upstairs neighbors have been harassing me and trying to torment and torture me for the past 6 to 7 years. To drive me crazy. Trying to do a humiliation ritual on me to make me look crazy over here. I've had neighbors, next door neighbors, and other people probably call me crazy. Trying to make it seem like I'm crazy, put on a show, because they're a part of it. But nothing fucking worked. You know why? Because they're professional idiots. They all have given themselves away. They all have incriminated themselves. They all have shown themselves grouped up together, especially upstairs and next door, right? The two that have been attacking me. Yeah, all, and both of the people next door, both of them are affiliated with upstairs. They're best friends now. You incriminated yourselves. You incriminate yourselves. When you make fucking noise on my video, you incriminate yourselves. When you do the stupid shit in front of my door, you incriminate yourselves. The up and down, now there's no noise like that anymore. Before, the upstairs neighbors, there was so much traffic. There's no traffic. You know why? Because they're trying to lay low. You think they've been in and out of that house? That apartment? No. They've been upstairs quiet for 3 days, no movement until they can't take it no more. That they have to move around in the house. They have no choice. They get antsy. So they didn't last a whole week like they have been. They did before. They only lasted about 3 days because the moon cycle ritual came. So they had to make movements. Pouring water in my walls and my windows. Give yourself away. When you jumping up and down and screaming and crazy and everybody can hear you, you give yourself away. The drama that happens in this building, every time something comes out on my table, when it comes to upstairs, next door, or downstairs, and then all of a sudden, there's drama within those people that came on those particular energies that come on my table. That gives it away. There's no coincidences, and I always get the synchronicities, and something always happens all the time. It never fails. So, this is what I keep saying. You try, you die. I don't understand why you're still trying. But I guess you want to be dying. I don't know. Because that's what's going to be happening. I don't really know if I told y'all. Yeah, look. Torment and torture. They were trying to torment and torture me. But it came out in the reverse. They was unable to torment and torture me because I'm somebody of blind faith. I believe in the Most High Divine Creator. The creator of all creators. The God of all gods. The Alpha, the Omega, the Yin and the Yang. Your savior or your saboteur. Because God could be a saint, but God can also get savage. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out. Collective. Ooh. The spirit was like, show your face up in this place. October. Something about October, collective. They did something in October. They tried to sell me in October. Somebody was out here trying to sell me. Like if I'm for sale. Like if I'm some type of product or... Oh, goodness gracious. Third degree victim. They try to make me a third degree victim. Ex-boyfriend. The only boyfriend that I know that made me a victim in domestic violence is my Scorpio ex-boyfriend that put me in a domestic violence situation that got my son removed from my care. This fucking bipolar ass bitch. But then again, there's other ways of making me a victim. It don't have to be physical abuse either. Somebody could be making me a victim spiritually, emotionally, mentally. The fairy magic. I could take these two ways. Fairy, you know what a fairy is, right? Two different ways. Fairy with wings and then a fairy, you know. You know what I mean, right? I got some fairies. I got some fairies that live above me. But anyway, fairy magic. So they made me they try to make me a third degree victim. But I got the magic of the fairies. I got fairy protection. Online community. I got fairy magic on the online community. They got themselves tangled up in a situation. So they was out here trying to torment and torture me. And they got themselves tangled up in this situation. I have freedom from this wicked person that's related to me by blood that was trying to torment and torture me, and they got themselves tangled up in the situation. So somebody related to me by blood is a part of this. A part of this with the ex-boyfriend and their ex-girlfriend and their family. This father figure not related to me, mother figure, cousin figure not related to me. Somebody's related to me that's a part of this. They scheming, trying to distort my energy distortion, doing binding rituals currently happening now, and they nervous. You know why they nervous? Because it's not going to work. You can't bind to me. There goes the upstairs neighbors. You out here trying to distort my energy. There's nothing about my energy that distorted. I knew what areas you were attacking. The other people that's involved are not coming out, but it says in my vicinity or live around me. So there's somebody in my vicinity that lives around me that's scheming. They locked up behind bars. Somebody that overstepped their boundaries are locked up behind bars. So there's somebody that's locked up behind bars that's out here doing jar spells. That's overstepping their boundaries. So somebody's already locked up. Flying home in the reverse. Somebody was unable to fly home. Somebody's unable to run. Somebody's trying to run. They locked up behind bars. They were unable to fly home. Somebody got locked up. Scheming, doing binding rituals, currently happening now. They nervous, energy distortion, overstep their boundaries, doing jar spells. They locked up behind bars, doing sex magic. They not in remorse. They unable to fly home. Somebody got locked. Somebody could have tried to run. Somebody that was scheming, somebody might get locked up today. Somebody was trying to fly home for the holidays, and they were unable to fly home. Flying home in the reverse, locked up behind bars, flying home in the reverse. Somebody got locked up for overstepping their boundaries. Yeah, under a black cloud, because I'm free. They in denial that they fear of risk, that these lies are unfolding. Something is long overdue. So something is long overdue. They've been doing this for a long time. Wasted energy. Now they're feeling naked and afraid because their lies are unfolding. They were out here thinking they were King Kong. Yeah, they got no lives. Wasted energy, no lives under a black cloud. They need to make peace with this imperfection. That I'm not for sale. This ex-boyfriend needs to make peace with this imperfection that I'm not for sale. They cannot sell me. They can't sell me off. They can't sell my energy. You can't sell yourself. You cannot sell me to set yourself free, bitch. Are you retarded? You out here scheming because ex-boyfriend is coming out on this table. It came out in the beginning and now it's coming out again. So, there's an ex-boyfriend of mine and their ex-girlfriend and their karmic family. They could be their karmic family could involve a father figure and a cousin. Because it said not related to me. Then you also got somebody that is related to me that's involved. You out here now scheming up now. Sending chakra attacks, doing binding rituals, draw spells, and sex magic for freedom to set yourself free because you're under a black cloud. Somebody got locked up behind bars. They got stopped from running. They was trying to fly home for the holidays. They got stopped. They in denial because of this fear of risk, because they're nervous or the lies is unfolding. Because motherfuckers was out here thinking they were King Kong, big bad, on top of the tower, kidnapping Mary Jane. But yet, I'm a whole Caesar, smart, intellectual. You were out here doing experimenting on me. Because that's the energy Caesar. They were experimenting on Caesar. Now you feeling naked and afraid because a lot of wasted energy. Because something is long overdue to me. You're in denial that you got no life. You could not sell my soul. You couldn't sell my energy. You need to make peace with this imperfection that's happening, that you're going to get locked up. You fake the death, your death or mine, trying to torment and torture me. You did something in October, trying to victimize me, but I got the magic of the fairies behind me, backing me. And so magical people. I'm getting fairy magic online community. Tangled. So I can have the support of an online community, or this person is tangled up in an online community. People are talking about them. They need to make peace with this imperfection. People are talking about them. They chain smoker. Yeah, they stress collective. They chain smoking. They trying to contain my gifts. Trying to torment and torture me, and you couldn't. My upstairs neighbors is going crazy. They stomping. They banging on something. I know you hear that. Whatever. They're a bunch of drunks, collective. A bunch of drunks need to make peace with this imperfection. Someone's getting their hands put on them. Either that or somebody's blasting music. Someone's getting their hands put on them. People are talking about them. And someone's getting their hands put on them. They locked up behind bars. Or they're gonna get locked behind bars because something is overdue. They overstep their boundaries. People are talking about them and somebody's about to get their hands put on them. Because for this revenge in the online community, yeah, they created a monster, a beast, a leash. They got themselves tangled up in a situation because they did create a monster. They did create the beast. The beast is unleashed. They opened up something in me. I was a shy person. I didn't like nobody in my business. I didn't want nobody in my business. I was trying to hide my personal business, especially when it came to what happened with my son. I didn't want nobody in my fucking business. I didn't want nobody asking me questions. I didn't want to be bothered because I was depressed. I was going through shit. I didn't want to be bothered with nobody. So when it came to that situation, when it came to my son situation, back in the day, I didn't want nobody knowing anything. I didn't even want nobody knowing that I was in a domestic violence relationship. I didn't want nobody knowing anything. Whoever knew, knew. Whoever didn't know, they didn't need to know. But you got motherfuckers that like to run their mouth and speak my business, so everybody knows. Spiritual suicide. Yeah, this was spiritual suicide coming for me. They in denial that this was spiritual suicide. Yeah, trying to be a soul swapper, spiritual suicide, trying to swap out souls, not for sale. They were trying to sell my soul. Oh, goodness gracious, I gotta laugh. So they was out here trying to sell my soul, collective, and swap it out. They need to make peace that they cannot swap out my soul because it's not for them. My mind, my body, my soul, I am in control. I declare and decree sovereignty over me, my legacy, and my destiny. You cannot sell my soul. My soul is precious like diamonds and gold. It's on preserve and it's on hold. For me and only me. What you don't understand, what you cannot see. Oh, I'm rhyming at the time and A collected. A little poetry rhyme off the floor, off the top of my head. Stop playing. Collective. Motherfuckers out here really think that they can fucking come and attack my soul and sell my soul and put me... No, I don't think so. I already told you, PSA, public service announcement, I will always come here and give you a PSA. You try, you die. If you were manifesting off of me before, I'm here to remind you, you can no longer manifest off of me anymore. If you were healing off of me before, you can no longer heal. If you were trying to drain my energy, that ain't happening. You can no longer drain me. If you were trying to attach anything to me, you cannot do that if it worked before. Anything that you did before that may have worked before, it will not work now. I keep trying to remind you and tell you people, you karmic people, you demonic, heathen, evil people, that now my energy to you is poisonous. The only people that get to heal off my energy are true supporters, real, authentic people, honest, innocent people, loyal people, real people. Those are the only ones that can benefit off of me because those are the only ones I'm here for. You karmics, at this point, I cannot help you anymore. I tried. I gave you warnings, after warnings, after warnings, and after warnings. You don't listen. So now the warning is you try, you die. There's no more after that. That's all I am going to say. You try, you die. There's no more spazzing. There's no more yelling. There's no more you trying to do something to pick a fight. All I'm going to say is you try, you die. If you hear me, you hear me. If you don't, you don't. I frankly don't care. But that is what I will say out loud. And the spirit knows and the universe knows what I mean when I say if they try, they die. Everything in your life will die off. Whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, or mentally. I really don't give a rat's ass how God removes you out my life. But if he removes you out my life where you have shortened your lifespan on earth and you are no longer here, then amen, thank the God for that, because you are just a waste of fucking space and you serve no purpose in my life. Maybe you serve a purpose in someone else's, and maybe that's why you still are breathing, because at this point I don't know why God still has you alive. Maybe because you might be serving a purpose in someone else's life. Maybe you're here to be a karmic in someone else's life. But as far as you in my life, you're done. It's a wrap. I already know what you're trying to do. The jig is up. So there's no point of you continuing to try when I already know what you're trying to do. What you have done, God will have mercy. And the things that come out on this table and other readers' tables, I don't even have any more words for it, to be honest with you. If you have watched the movie of witches and evil witches and what they do to sacrifice people, then believe that exactly what are people doing in real life. And it took me a long time to wrap my head around that, but art imitates life sometimes, and this art definitely imitates life. The shit that people do in the movies when it comes to this witchcraft shit, the witches, that's real. They do that for real. That's not fake. They be out here sacrificing people. They be out here trying to travel in time to sacrifice. Yeah, that's real. They be trying. As crazy as it sounds, it's the truth. That's why they put it in fiction and say that it's a lie, so that you don't believe it. Lie. The most things that people show us on the TV that's a lie is the truth. And most shit that they say is the truth is a lie. We live in a backwards ass world, if you haven't figured it out by now. Tom Green literally said it. The backwards man, the backwards man. The backwards man, the backwards man. He literally told you in the song. Backwards man. Everything is backwards here in this world. So they were out here committing spiritual suicide, trying to swap out my soul, thinking they could sell my shit. A false prophet was out here committing spiritual suicide, trying to swap out my soul. Somebody passed away because of it. So somebody passed away because of this. Undivine masculine or feminine energy Out here trying to swap souls. Somebody passed away because of their jealous and envious energy against me, trying to contain my gifts. So they're doing this because they're jealous and envious of me. They have a fraudulent business, a bunch of drunks. And they having a midlife crisis because they have unfulfilled goals. They have a fraud. So they mad because their business is shady. It's fugazi, it's fake. They didn't complete their life goals, and so they're attacking me because they're miserable. So they built their business on lies, on binding people, on doing sex magic on people, on putting people in jars. I don't know what that noise is. I think somebody's trying to send some type of frequency. Hold on, let me check to see if that's my refrigerator. It is my refrigerator. I'm about to say, somebody's trying to send me some frequency, but that's my refrigerator running. So somebody's running, because my refrigerator started running. And somebody's trying to block my throat. You trying to block my throat, but all you create is spitballs that I can spit out and clear my throat. Drink some of this water. So this person is an undivine masculine or feminine energy that's out here trying to swap souls. Somebody passed away. They locked up behind bars. They doing a bunch of shit. Binding rituals, sex magic, and jar spells. Trying to torment and torture me because of revenge. Because they're jealous. Yeah, they being destroyed. 2 cards came out. They being destroyed. Look, they being destroyed. Sleeping dogs lay they doomed. Wow. They want a revenge, but this revenge, they only created a beast. And the beast is unleashed. I'm like Pandora's box. They was poking, trying to pry, trying to open something that they shouldn't have been opening, trying to torment and torture somebody. Now the lid has cracked, it's broken. You can't put it back together. And now I can't stop, won't stop. I'm not going to stop exposing you. I'm not going to stop moving forward. I'm not going to stop using my gifts. All my gifts and talents, I'm not going to stop using any of them. I'm always creative. I'm always thinking of something. I always got ideas. I'm always doing something with my gifts. I have many gifts and I use them all. They may not be all at the same time, but they are all being used one at a time when they are needed. So no, you're not stopping anything. You're not making me unmotivated to do anything. You're not causing any brain fog or causing any lack of motivation or stopping my creativity. You're not doing anything. Nothing whatsoever. But giving me fucking gas. Because when you do a heart attack spell, you give me gas. When you do a fucking sacral stolar or womb attack, you give me gas. Where I'm just going to belch it out. Back into the air, return back to its sender. What you expect to happen is what I be wanting to know. Stop trying to mess with my life. Stop trying to come for me at this point. Because it's a losing battle. You're gonna lose. You out here trying to search for information and trying to how to swap clothes. What fell? What's that? Racist? You're a racist? Somebody don't want to hear me, so they blasting their music. You an abuser? There's somebody searching for information, a racist that's an abuser, that has a fraudulent business, that's having a midlife crisis because they have unfulfilled goals. Motherfuckers could block me out all the fuck you want, bitches. But the truth is nothing but the truth, and it will always be the truth. So they come blast music all the fuck they want. Tune me out all the fuck you want. At the end of the day, you lost. I win. You're mad that you lost. You're mad. And mind you, the shit that's going on ain't got nothing to do with... They're not even coming out my table, but they sure giving themselves away. The people around me, they're not even coming out on my table here, but they're giving themselves away. I love it though. I truly do. So they're being destroyed. They were in my lane. Oh, I forgot the cards earlier. It said somebody in my vicinity. Somebody that lives around me. It was in my lane. And now they're having a fatal ending. Something is about to be a fatal because of this twisted story. There's about to be a story that's twisted. They was twisting stories. Yeah, weapons formed in the reverse. They were forming weapons. But it returns to sender. See, the energy don't lie. There's no point of plucking anymore. It literally says they were in my lane. It's about to be fatal for them trying to twist stories, forming weapons in the reverse, return to sender. It don't get any more clearer than that. They were in my lane and they committed spiritual suicide being in my lane. And they're in denial. And they need to make peace with this imperfection that they lost. And they're not going to win. You have unfulfilled goals. That's not my fucking problem. You should have been working on them. Because you're having a midlife crisis. So this is somebody that's older than me. Or could be the same age. Because you could have a midlife crisis in your fucking 40s. Because I'm in my 40s. I'm 43. So, you jealous and envious because I'm still out here fulfilling my hopes, my dreams, my goals, and you gave up on yours. Now somebody's trying to attack my mouth. They're trying to shut me up. Bitch, that's not going to work either. Whatever doll that you're poking on, poke the fuck away, bitch. Go ahead, poke. So you're either poking on the doll because you're either trying to get me to shut up, or you're either poking on the doll because you want me to scream and shout, and I'm not going to do that either. I already told y'all motherfuckers, y'all not going to get whatever y'all want to happen. You're not going to get to happen. I don't know why y'all be thinking that y'all have control over my life or my energy. I don't know why y'all think y'all my puppet masters, because you really not. At the end of the day, I'm the master. You the puppets. Because I mastered my own energy in my own life. And you're a puppet to yours. Let's be real. Nobody said I was your master. But I am a master. I've mastered my own life. I'm the master of my own life and my energy. And you are a puppet in your life and your energy. You are controlled. I am not. And you, a puppet, think you're going to control somebody that has mastered their own energy? I think not. Nobody controls me. But you are controlled. How you think that somebody that you have a hand up your ass telling you what to do, where to go and how to do it, and there's no hand up my ass telling me where to go and how to do it. The only hand up my ass is God. And that's not even a hand. There's no hand up my ass. Because I don't have to do anything. Honestly, it's my choice. That's the privilege, and that's the gift that God gave us was choice. We get to choose what we want to do. We get to choose if we want to be good or bad people. We get to choose. It's a choice. I choose not to be a bad person. It doesn't mean I'm not going to curse your ass out. It doesn't mean that I don't curse. It doesn't mean that I'm going to fucking be turned the other cheek because the Bible said so. No, that's not what that means. It just means that I am not going to plot and plan against you the way you do me. I am not going to seek revenge because you came to me. I am not going to allow my childhood trauma to control me. It's called learning, healing, growing, and moving forward. Something that you don't know how to do. Because you obviously still in my fucking energy doing dumb shit. Thinking that I'm not going to know. They didn't come out on this table, but I know my upstairs neighbors are connected to sending spell work. Because they made it very obvious that they were doing it. They were literally hovering above me while I was in the kitchen. And because I was paying them no mind, he wanted to make noise. And he still got paid no mind. So they may not come out on the table. But I already knew that they were doing something to me. So why would the spirit expose something that I already know? Spirit is going to expose and let me know who else is a part of doing spell work. So besides the upstairs neighbor doing spell work, because I know they were doing it, was the ex-boyfriend and their ex-girlfriend and their family. And like I said, their family could consist of a father figure energy. This could be the ex-boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend's father, or their ex-girlfriend's father. And one of their cousins, either the ex-boyfriend cousin or his ex-girlfriend's cousin. But it showed father and cousin. And then it says, related to you by blood. And then there's somebody also related to me by blood that came out. It might be an aunt energy because I seen the aunt card, but I don't know if it said related or not related. But at the end of the day, I'm done tapping into this energy. It already lets me know that what I was feeling was right. Motherfuckers was doing spell work on me. They were attacking my chakras, my heart, my crown, to be exact. Because they were out here doing binding rituals, jar spells, and sex magic. Trying to swap out my soul because they want freedom. You will not be set free from what you're doing to me. Ever. You forever indebted to karma. You forever indebted to God, to karma, to whatever that you are indebted to. Forever. Because this is just not payback for me. It's payback for everybody that you did not get karma for. Everybody that you got away with hurting, that you also gonna pay for that too. Forever. You forever indebted to karma. You got serious debt. Karma's your debt collector. That's what I got earlier in my reading, and that's the message. That was probably what it is. Karma is your debt collector. She's here to collect. You in debt. That's for sure. And it's time to pay up. Because y'all keep fucking with me. Thinking and expecting some type of outcome. And the fact that y'all think that I was going to scream and shout and yell crazy so that y'all could call the police. Is that what you was trying to do? You so desperate to try to get me locked up, to cause a scene, to have a fight with you or something? I don't care about y'all people. Yeah, I do know that, right? I be in my own little world in my apartment over here minding my business, right? Y'all very aware that. This is why y'all try to do what y'all doing. Because you're trying to escape karma and you can't. How you escape karma? You can't escape karma. No matter how hard you try. So, yeah, collective, I had to get on here because it's like motherfuckers was really sending that shit heavy. Like heavy. Maybe they trying to cause a heart attack, a stroke, Something. They trying to cause something to happen. I don't know what they think, that I'm unhealthy in my house. I'm a healthy person. What we got going on here? Y'all the ones that's unhealthy. Y'all the ones that's not taking care of yourselves. Y'all drunks. I smoke pot and y'all put liquor in your body. What's more poisonous? Marijuana or liquor? Let's, for real. What's more poisonous to your body? Alcohol that's created, or marijuana that's grown from the earth and the ground, and all it is dried up bud. That's it. There's nothing done to it. It's bud that grows, that's harvested, and then dried out. Literally, that's the harvestation. A plant that grows bud, them buds are then plucked off the tree and then dehydrated, set aside to dry out. That is the harvest. There's no chemicals added, unless people are adding chemicals, but there's no chemicals that should be added. And if anybody's gonna be adding anything, it should be natural, like orange and lemon, fruit shit, things like that, to enhance the flavor or the whatever. But besides that, that should be the only thing that's put on marijuana, is natural flavoring using fruit. So, and liquor is what? There's a process for liquor. You people create liquor. Beer is created. The only thing that's natural is wine. That's about the only thing that's natural. And that shit still fuck you up. Is wine. It's literally made out of motherfucking grapes. It don't get no natural than that. And a glass of wine a day, keep the doctor away. It thins your blood, and sometimes your blood needs a little thinning. And wine is good for your heart as well. I don't like wine, but these are little known facts that I know. So collective, 1, 2, 3 on the clock as I see on my stove. Yeah, I'm done talking. It's over like over for these people. And if they want to continue to attack me, I need them to understand I have no problem letting you know that you try, you die. I don't care if you think I'm doing spell work. I don't give a fuck what you assume. The more you assume, the more you do, the more you set yourself up. So think all that you want. Think what you want. Run all the lies that you want. Do all the fuckery that you want. I don't even care no more. Because I already know that shit is going to come and bite you in the ass for being the little liar that you are. Here she goes right next door to me. Now she's close. Flashing lights. Lights, camera, action. Say cheese. Collective. Yeah. It makes me want to laugh. You know why it makes me want to laugh? Because these people didn't even come out on my table. The neighbors, no neighbors came out on my table, but the neighbors are sure acting up around me, though. They incriminate themselves. All on their own. I really hope that they know that. You make yourself look bad on camera when I'm on my live. When you sit there and you're stalking me. You're ear hustling. Or you're doing crazy shit that you don't ever do while I'm on camera. like blast music at 1 o'clock in the morning and then creep. Like if a person can't hear you with the squeaky floors that we all have in this building. Motherfuckers really think that they being incognito, but they being professional stupid idiots and they're giving themselves away. Mind you, these people never even came out on my table, but they're incriminating themselves. You're making yourself look bad on my live for no reason. And you're making yourself look guilty when you're sitting there trying to hide that you're not a part of it. All you're doing is showing me that you are. That's why that music is turned off now. Because you're so fucking nosy. You listening to what the fuck I'm saying. Ear hustling. Now the music just got turned back on. When I say these people are retarded, they retarded. My next door neighbor don't ever blast her music or whoever's in the house with her when I go on my live. I find her creeping now, or whoever it is that's next door, creepy now when I do my lives. For somebody that wants to hide and act like they're not a part of it, they sure showing their hand that they are definitely a big part of it. Yes, they is. But you let people do what they're going to do and you let them incriminate themselves. So do your own incriminating. You ain't gotta fall on my table for you to fucking be exposed, because people exposing themselves at this point. Collective, peace out. And Merry Christmas Eve or Happy Holidays to you. Some people don't even say Merry Christmas. Some people just Happy Holidays. So I'm going to say Happy Holidays to you all. I hope you enjoy. If you are celebrating me, I will not. I will be here. Normally, I celebrate with my family on Christmas Eve. And then Christmas Day, we all on our own houses relaxing. Well, I will be here both days by myself chilling. Well, I might not be by myself tomorrow. But, so, I'm just not going to be with the people that I thought I was going to be with. But it's all gravy. It's nothing that I ain't used to already. Ever since my grandmother died, baby. These holidays been all janky. And I think this is going to be the last time I really celebrate the holidays. I don't even think I'm going to be celebrating the holidays. Because if you can't be with your family or be able to celebrate and get together with your family not on the holidays, then you're not a real family. Even though the holidays allow like the big family from fucking across the fucking other freaking country to come. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference. But that should happen sporadically any given time if y'all call yourself family, right? But anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling and I'm gonna end this video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening as I expose these stupid karmic holes that be in my energy doing dumb shit. I appreciate you, those who appreciate me. I appreciate you. For all the new and old subscribers, thank you and welcome. Until then, enjoy your holidays, and I'll check y'all later. I'm going to ring this bell. You saw that? Somebody didn't want me to ring that bell, and somebody wants something to fall, so I'm going to move this. Cleanse the energy from what they send into me. Return to sender, and return to sender. Collective, peace out. Thank you, and I'll check y'all tomorrow. Have a good night.